In the recent days, we experiencing something very disturbing. There's many people that take the opportunity to send what is called today fake news or fake messages or all kind of different things that don't exist. There's all kind of different messages that come to show people that Mashiach is on our doorsteps, and they have all kind of various psukim or messages from years ago, 500 years ago, and 1,000 years ago from rabbis, quoted that in reality don't exist. It's very common that you'll see that they send now. I saw people showing me the Kinneret humping and jumping. The waves are over the boardwalk, and it seems like they're saying that the Leviathan is there, and that's a sign of the Mashiach, and the quotes all kind of Sfarim that really don't exist. And the whole Kinneret story, it did not exist. They said that it happened just yesterday. Nonsense and fake news. Others that want to make that the Gaza is overturned with a cloud of dust, which also is nonsense. Others that say that last week there was a strong wind in Israel, extremely strong wind, that's a sign of the Mashiach. Others that want to bring from the Sfarim, as I said before, all kind of prophecies from the Chozeh Baghdad that doesn't exist. There's no such sefer and there's no such person. There's others that send out Ralbag that quotes exactly on Yeshayahu, word for word, that there's going to be a certain pandemic comes from China and it will come to Rome and will devastate the place. Doesn't exist. There's no such things. Others that take other play on words on the psukim, the corona, so they found all kind of psukim that indicate that or sound like that, and they bring out the different messages, kor na, kol Hashem, or corona from the fact that you can't eat anything raw, and all kind of things that anybody that learns Torah knows it's nonsense. None of the Gdolei Ador will come out with anything like that, and it's only a play of little kids that decide to take the opportunity and make people either excited over this or spread fake news for whatever reason. We need to know that Am Yisrael are wiser than that. We don't listen to that. We're not getting excited by that. We're not getting moved by that. Others have all kind of remedies that are also fake news and nonsense. From a brick professor, if you eat onion and you cut it this way and cut that way, you're not going to have the corona. Others that say that you should gargle with salt water and it's not going to get to the lungs. Anybody that knows a little bit knows that it's all nonsense. Once a person got it, he got it, and gargling is not going to help whatsoever. Proven, no question about any of those things that I just mentioned. And you have to take everything in perspective. Those that say that one should be caution, those are the right ways to approach those things. Those that say that Mashiach is on our doorsteps, it could be, but none of those things that are mentioned around are proof to that, and we just have to have the emunah tmima, ani ma'amin be'emunah shlema, beviat HaMashiach, ve'af al pi shitma'meh im kol zeh, achake lo b'chol yom she'yavo. That is one of the Sodot HaEmunah, and that one needs to have regardless. But nothing to do with a crisis that comes to the world. That's regardless something that every person needs to have Emunah. Now, it's very important to understand what I'm saying, because there were many times in history that Am Yisrael went through all kind of different crisis times, and those that were mitchazek in emunah and bitachon, that it's all from HaKadosh Baruch Hu and it's all good, and we don't understand why it's good, although over here we can understand why it's good. We see that Iran is wiped out, it's devastated. We see that those countries that hurt Am Yisrael throughout the exile over and over and over again killed us by so many times and by such large numbers in Europe. They are the first to get it. Italy, Germany, Spain, and so on. So anybody that sees can get a chizuk that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is behind the scene, and if he is, we could be mechazek ourselves in the emunah and bitachon and know that it's all letova, but at the same time take precaution. But what's not the right thing to do is start spreading around and believing that mamash in a couple of days the Mashiach is here, and we don't know that. Maybe it is. We have to have such a emunah regardless, but not because of what's happening. Don't forget that Gzerot Tachtat, which are the Cossack riots in different countries around Europe in 1648. It was in Ukraine, in Poland, in Belarus, in Lithuania, in other places, caused Am Yisrael to be so broken that the next thing you know, they believed Mashiach Sheker, Shabtai Tzvi, Yimach Shemo, and he took advantage of that, and everybody understood that it's got to be Mashiach times because Am Yisrael went through such Gehenom, and one needs to understand that it should not happen again, that if something's bad is happening, you don't break apart from such a thing by believing that Mashiach is on the doorsteps, and even people are sending around all kind of things that are, again, not true. There's none of those that are true. All the Sfarim that are mentioned that Mashiach is coming as soon as there's going to be a plague that comes out from China, it's going to go to all kind of things like that. They're just not true. A person could search for those mekorot, for those sources, and he would not find them. Now, don't forget, I'm reading you over here what our Gedolim and our Rishonim and our Gemarot are saying. The Gemara says the following. This is Gemara in Sanhedrin, Tzadik Zayin Amud Bet, Tipach Atzman Shel Mechashvei Kitzin. A person that calculates the time that the Mashiach should come, Tipach Atzman, his bone should be exploded. שהיו אומרים כיוון שהגיע עת הקץ ולא בא, שוב אינו בא. What happens is, a person realizes afterwards that Mashiach didn't come at the time they told him, so he gives up hope on waiting for the Mashiach. And that's what happens again and again when you have belief in a certain person, a certain Sfarim, or certain things, and people pump you up to think that this is it, and time has come. It doesn't, you give up hope afterwards. שנאמר, it says in Chavakuk, כי עוד חזון למועד ויפח לקץ ולא יחזב. Rather, אם יתמהמה חכה לו. If you see the Mashiach is not coming yet, wait for him. But the Gemara brings down from Rabbi Yossi, הנותן את הקץ, אין לו חלק לעולם הבא. One that calculates and says, now it's the time that Mashiach has to come, it's for sure, it's something that this for sure brings the Mashiach. Need to know, such a person does not have xelek לעולם הבא. It's so severe that it's known in the name of the Khatam Sofer. They said, his Talmidim quoted from him, that I'm reading, המאמין לכל אדם, אף שאינו מוסמך, אינו מאמין כלל, וקרוב לעבודה זרה ממש, חס ושלום. A person that believes anything that comes around, I'm not supposed to be like that. If a person believes anything that comes around, that they send around, or any person that says something, it's קרוב לעובד עבודה זרה. You're not believing in HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you're just pumping yourself in all kind of beliefs. And for the same price, you could have believed Christianity, Islam, or Buddha, or anything else, if they pump you up with something. It's not Torat Yisrael, and one needs to be very careful with that. That's the words of the Khatam Sofer. I'll read you what Rav Yochanan Wasserman, Hashem Yikon Damo, said. He wrote the following: מה שכתב כבוד תורתו צריך לפרסם גילוי לכל, כי איננו עכשיו בתקופת עקבתא דמשיחא. We need to tell everybody that right now it's the time of the Mashiach. This is what somebody was saying to Rav Yochanan Wasserman. דבר זה ברור כשמש לכל המתבוננים בכתובים דברי חז"ל סימני התקופה הזאת. You're right, the סימנים, the signs that Chazal told us show so that this is the time Mashiach should come. אשר כולם באו, אחד מהם לא נעדר. All the signs that Chazal told us in the end of Masechet Sotah and throughout Shas all came, and it seems like Mashiach is on our doorsteps. But להבטיח כי הגאולה תהיה בקרוב זה עדות שקר. Says Rav Yochanan Wasserman, to learn from that a promise and confident that Mashiach is right on our doorsteps, that's עדות שקר, it's a false testimony. כי דבר זה לא מסרו לנו בשום מקום לדע כמה יארכו ימי חבלי משיח. We don't know. Chazal never told us how long חבלי משיח, the time that takes for the Mashiach to come. It's called Chevle Mashiach, like a woman in pregnancy. She's in labor. How long is the labor? Some instantly, within 20 minutes they're out. Some takes them 20 hours, and sometimes 30 hours, and we don't know. וליבה לפומה לא גליה. הוא מפרש בכתוב, לך דניאל, כי סתומים וחתומים הדברים עד אין קץ. ואחרי שנגזר שיהיו הדברים סתומים, מי יכול לפותחם? These are the words of Rav Yochanan Wasserman, that nobody can know when Mashiach would come. And it's brought down in the Sfarim. I'm reading you the Rambam. Rambam says, nobody knows until Mashiach comes how it would unfold. We don't have any Kabbalah. We did not receive from Chazal or anybody else how it would come around. So those that send you all kind of things, that Mashiach is at our doorsteps because all kind of Sfarim say this or say that, does not exist. Even the Tur that they're sending, if you read it correctly, you see it doesn't say any of that people are claiming that he says. ולעולם לא יעסוק אדם בדברי אגדות ולא יעריך במדרשות האמורים בעניינים אלו וכיוצא בהם ולא ישימם עיקר שאין מביאים לו לידי רע ולא לידי אהבה וכן לא יחשב הקיצים. אמרו חז"ל טיפח רוחם של מחשבי הקיצים אלא יחכה ויאמין בכלל הדבר, which means a person needs to believe in HaKadosh Baruch Hu, have emunah, and believe that Mashiach is coming soon regardless. And whatever is happening, we don't know that this is what Hashem does right before he brings the Mashiach. The Ibn Ezra writes the following: כל החושבים המילות האותיות בחשבון גמטריה, הכל הבל ורעות רוח, כי דניאל לא ידע הקץ ואף כי הבאים אחריו, which means today they have all kind of gematriot, Mashiach ba, Corona, all kind of nonsense like this that they found in different psukim. They make gematria, they make play on words, they make they connect words together. They say that it's time to pray, Koro, Kol HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The fact that people put it over their mouth, it means that a person can speak Lashon Hara now. All kind of things. Not all that is nonsense. The only thing that a person needs to do is be mechazek in emunah, in bitachon. Listen to what Gdolei Hador told us. Rav Chaim Kanievsky told us what's the avodah right now. That's the only thing a person should do. What Gdolei Hador teach us, emunah, bitachon. None of those things, because the Gemara brings down ki yom nakam belibi v'shnat geuli ba. Amar Rabbi Yochanan lelibi giliti le'evarai lo giliti. HaKadosh Baruch Hu did not reveal this to the world, and one of the shvuot that Am Yisrael was נשבע, השבעתי אתכם בנות ירושלים בצבאות בעלות השדה אם תאהבו ותעוררו את האהבת שתחפץ. What is that? שלא יגלו את הקץ. Nobody knows when the ketz is, when the time of Mashiach is, and because of that one can take and start pumping people up. What happens because of that is, on the contrary, not a good thing, a bad thing, because eventually people give up hope, and that's where it brings all kind of different bad things, which are the Nevi'ei Sheker and so on. People give up, all kind of things on those sort. So we need to be mitchazek in emunah, in bitachon, that we know that it's all from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Whatever HaKadosh Baruch Hu brings our way, it's all for the good. There's no question about it. Person needs to listen to the drashot of the Gdolei Hador, what they teach us, what they want that people should do right now. This is the right approach, and not fall into fake news.